Good morning. We have with us today Mr. Bharat Kaushal. He is a MD, Hitachi India, in which he will talk about the innovations and technology from Hitachi India we can expect in near future. So, sir, coming to my first question, uh, Hitachi comes with the tagline "Inspire the Next." What does this little phrase actually mean for the company on policy level, and what you like to throw some light on it as the MD of Hitachi India?
You know, this is a vision statement which expresses the entire group's aim of what it wants to become in the future and how it wants to be a leader and a partner in the industry. And therefore, the slogan "Inspire the Next" is an expression of that desire, that vision becoming a reality. The word "inspire" is, of course, derived from Latin, but it means to breathe life into something, to expand upon, to encourage. And it carries the meaning of lifting the spirits and raising awareness, and of giving energy and courage. The red line stretching above the right of next is Inspire Flash. It represents Hitachi's strong desire to achieve even further growth, and Hitachi aims to help create a society that is overflowing with vitality by inspiring the world.
Okay. What does being the MD of Hitachi India actually mean to you? And does it feel which goals do you set for Hitachi India? What challenges do you feel you need to be overcome for the targeted goals to be achieved?
Being at Hitachi is like wearing many hats, encompassing different roles, challenges, and opportunities, where every hat you wear gives you a different perspective, experience altogether. And taking this decision I set a tough task for my own self uh, to adapt a steep learning curve. After working for maybe 25 years in investment banking, I took this challenging opportunity on 1st of June 2017 to be the first Indian head, as an experiment, I keep saying, of Hitachi India, and feel truly honored to be appointed to this position. When I took over the head of Hitachi India in 2017, it was a very different yet intriguing field for me. One where I often describe as a cricket match, where you play all sorts of games, be it a 5-day match, a 1-day international, or 2020 short game. However, over the years, my realization has outpaced all expectations. During these 4 eventful years, I have discovered Hitachi's vastness, diversity, and the augmented footprints in India that have remarkably touched millions of lives, an accomplishment that would have never been possible without the support from the stakeholders you collaborate and the partners for such that you have for achieving such milestones.
Okay. Sir, please tell us something about your education, upbringing, career, and please speak something about SMBC also, where you work for long and held multiple positions. What learning you had at SMBC, and did it play any important role in your professional life and career?
Well, by the first part of this question, I'm an alumnus of Columbia University, an Ivy League school out of New York, where I pursued Masters in International Affairs, and Northeastern University in Boston, where I secured a master's in business administration besides a law degree from Delhi University, and my graduation and post-graduation from St. Stephen's College in Delhi. But throughout my life, I've been a sportsman. Swimming and running are both forms of relaxing, but myself, both mentally and physically, as a student from modern school in Delhi and St. Stephen's College, I won laurels at national and state level championships. And being a runner for nearly 35 years now, and an active sportsman and swimmer since school days, I have imbibed those qualities as part of my daily life. I believe I've reflected that in my leadership style over the years. When it comes to running, for me, it's about long runs to explore parts of any city I happen to be visiting. And by the time I got to 50, I had run about 50 marathons with the timing of my best timing was about less than 2 hours in 1996 in New York City. During my travel to Europe and US, I would run at formal marathons and informal jogs organized in the city. This enabled me to quickly cover major parts of the city. It's kind of a cultural identity understanding. Over the years, I have established some favorite spots. For example, every time I'm in Japan, I run around the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, usually early morning or evening, whatever time permits, before I head to the meetings or after finishing off the assignments of the day. While the greater part of my career has been in investment banking, I have served some assignments as strategy advisor at the India Investment Center in the Department of Economic Affairs and Ministry of Finance of Government of India, and also as part of the Economic Policy Unit of the World Bank in Washington, D.C. And I've been co-chairman of the Chamber of, co-chairman of Finance, Banking, Capital Markets, Insurance at PhD Chamber for about 2 years. So in my 30 years of professional journey, I got numerous opportunities and attained industry experience specializing in macroeconomic policy or government advisories and project finance and debt restructuring, mergers and acquisitions. And I'm currently also a member of the India-Japan Task Force, set up by the two governments as the convener of the Financial Strategy Group to address policy as well as operational level concerns of Japanese government and private sector institutions. So it's been a journey of learning as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. What is Hitachi's Pentao-based data platform, which recently has been launched by your company, which you state as one of the way to keep society and citizens abreast about COVID-19. What is your information about it?
Well, for the past 2 decades, we've been on the path of transformation that has been actually very, very disruptive, profoundly disruptive. And the pandemic has dramatically altered the sense of geography, distances, how we function, and how we conduct business. So as the manufacturing sector unlocked, companies sought to ensure a safe and healthy working environment for employees, comply with government-issued standard operating procedures, and actively contribute or collaborate with government to fuel economic and industrial growth, digital processes, automated operations, and Industry 4.0 solutions, which require, to assist manufacturers in addressing all these challenges, determined in its effort to, empower industry in its fight against COVID-19. Hitachi established, tracking solutions, contactless scanning, body temperature, face mask recognition. So the solution assisted with various features like non-contact thermometer, IoT edge gateway mount frames, detecting high temperature, facial mask adherence, distance of 1 meter, alerts to the authorities. So while monitoring every movement of a worker in a real-time IoT-enabled wearables assigned to each worker. So there is some kind of a need of how we can, basically use our R&D, data-driven COVID-19 information platforms and dashboards, draw relevant data, details across reliable, authentic digital platforms, present it in a friendly and analytical format. And these details include, of course, the situations in India from statewide, district-wide, national level. So this initiative illustrates Hitachi's technological capabilities on how effectively we can amalgamate and utilize data using our legacy old data analytics capabilities, ensuring well-being of millions of citizens. And that is the Pentaho backbone.
Okay. Hitachi is one of the largest global conglomerates and Fortune 500 dealing in a range of product and services from social infrastructure, information technology and system, high function material and components. I mean, which sector do you feel has been most rewarding for the company? And is there any additional or new initiative companies looking for?
Hitachi's, this is the oldest overseas presence anywhere by Hitachi, and it dates back to the 1930s, importing table fans and motors, and later on steam supply engines. But post-independence, the turbines of Bhakranangal Dam, the first steam locomotive in 1953, they all came from Hitachi. And now it spans over nearly 30 companies with a large workforce responsible for fueling the transformation in India. So Hitachi's diverse product portfolio includes technology and solutions in areas even which are new and very relevant for our society, from e-governance and education, finance and digital payments, mobility, infrastructure, information technology, as you said, and healthcare and agriculture. These are several touch points. So each of these verticals touches, hundreds and thousands of households, millions of lives, together contributing to a very foundational aspect of the Indian society and economy. And Hitachi is, contributing to the development of a connected society by creating a centrifugal climate that enables and strengthens the basis of self-sustaining cities and societies through digital fusion, focusing its efforts on education, healthcare, citizen empowerment through e-governance. And to empower the society, Hitachi through Hitachi MGRM Net is becoming an integral part of the next generation government and private sector services to engage with customers and citizens for better quality of life. It will improve people's lifestyle, providing them with an enhanced environment. Hitachi as a company aims to aid and enhance their imagination by way of revisiting, resetting, transforming its technology, which is everlasting, multifunctional, multi-operable, and based on real-time solutions. So, redefined roles, reserves of trust, coupled with reskilling of resources, will be the future of work. And work and life are rapidly changing, and they will never be the same again. So the world will witness major behavioral and social changes. Amidst all of this, technology will play a very vital role in bridging the gap between public and private sector. So with transformative initiatives such as smart cities mission, Make in India, Digital India, the Indian government is driving the country's growth model. And the government is redefining how it interacts with people through use of IT and operating technologies and IoT and big data analytics. So disruption is fueled by future technologies, paving the way for policymakers to kind of resolve the challenges of rapid urbanization. And organizations are increasingly evolving from closed innovation to co-creation, partnerships, strategic partnerships, to keep up with rapid technological advancements and innovation. So it began slowly, but as internet, digital technology got evolved, it grew to include e-services ranging from banking, train ticketing, healthcare, agricultural information, introduction of new technologies and solutions. Reach out to the masses. India is undoubtedly prepared for this astounding digital transformation. And as one of the leaders, offering social innovation as not just our theme, but as our business model, Hitachi accomplishes a competitive edge in the world by improving not just its operational resilience, but enabling flexibility to the new reality. It's an opportune time for us to reflect on the enormous talent base we possess and leverage it to building pervasive foundation. And Hitachi is reforming social and business infrastructure with emerging technology to empower people more than ever before as they reimagine how goods and services are delivered. So Hitachi continues to play a vital role to build a sustainable society that is evolutionary and forward-looking, constructed on the principles of information, interaction, transaction, transformation. And I mean, that's how you sort of define a new result.
Uh, Hitachi India is a part of Hitachi Group, which is a Japanese company. Role of big companies in nation building is one of the relevant issue and topic these days. How do you see Hitachi India's role and part in this segment? Are you satisfied with your efforts in terms of nation building?
Well, India has witnessed unprecedented growth in terms of adoption of artificial intelligence, and we expect AI to play a critical role in transforming the social and economic environment as it is implemented through a variety of industries such as customer service,
Mhm.
engineering, supply chain, finance,
Yeah.
etc., etc. India is fast tracking a predominantly agrarian India into an IoT era, a leap that is, I was saying that India is fast tracking, a predominantly agrarian India into an IoT era, a leap that is critical to our country's emergence as a global production and economic powerhouse. So innovation has no less stirred the social revolution, whether it's railway, IT, healthcare, of course, education and agriculture and infrastructure. Artificial intelligence is the base of all the solutions that Hitachi provides. So it develops innovative products, solutions powered by cutting edge technologies to create value for customers. Hitachi's connected citizen ecosystem integrates all our solutions from digitization and AI, payments, governance, mobility, and more to provide the foundation for a sustainable society. With innovation, expertise, Hitachi provides a diversified range of solutions across various sectors to empower the citizen of India and transform the economic landscape and continue to remain part of India's great growth story, contributing towards creating a sustainable society and improve the quality of life of people.
Most of the big players in India have already started making significant contribution towards government of India efforts of self-reliant India or Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, be it clean energy or defense or urban transportation, aerospace and space technology. Few top notch in the country are playing their part in this segment. What is Hitachi's plan? What are your views about the Make in India campaign and Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan?
Well, in line with the India government vision of self-reliant India, we are, or Atmanirbhar Bharat, we are actively partnering with the government across its digital journey, leveraging our vast experience in OT and IT. And Hitachi has deep-rooted foundation and partnership with India, which is over 8 decades old. So tackling challenges faced by mobility infrastructure in India. Hitachi leverages its holistic urban transport solution ranging from energy efficient rolling stock, advanced signaling system, traffic management system, automatic fare collection, financial services solutions, world-class station equipment, passenger information, security solutions, and more to progressively improve the social and economic values for the people of India. So Hitachi's has also been actively collaborating with the government of India in evolutionary high-capacity, high-speed infrastructure ventures as part of Indian Railways' ambitious expansion and modernization program. The Western Dedicated Freight Corridor is one of them. Another project is Mumbai Metro Line 2 and 7. The scope of work for Hitachi is design, manufacture, supply of high voltage, energy efficient propulsion system, as well as train control management system, the event recorders, the driverless UTO trains being built by our manufacturing partner, in this case, BEML in Bangalore. In fact, on the 7th of January 2021, the Prime Minister dedicated the first 306 kilometers of the 1,500-kilometer long dedicated freight corridor from New Delhi to, from Rewari to New Madar to the nation for commercial use. So Hitachi is executing these notable projects, one to complete signaling telecommunication system, a line involving 31 stations. Also railway tracks to connect, these facilities, interchange with Indian railway tracks, running in parallel with other, is the installation of automatic train protection based ETCS system for train protection and warning across these very large distances. So we believe that mobility is one such very big example, and the safety and approval for implementing Hitachi's electronic interlocking system for a large network of DFC under feasibility will be a notable achievement. This will also pave the way for Hitachi's electronic interlocking system to be used more widely in the modernization of Indian Railway. The bigger yards, due to high capacity and compact nature, will suit the so many, maybe 1,000 routes. So not just for railway, Hitachi has commissioned successfully projects at the metro where the CBTC, or the communication based train control based signaling and telecommunication system, like the Noida Metro Rail project, in a record of maybe 28 months, has paved way for intelligent transport infrastructure with digital integration that puts commuters' safety and convenience at the forefront. So, state-of-the-art metro rail system thus puts into operation is already put into operation, is enhancing the lives of people in rapidly expanding Greater Noida regions of the Delhi NCR. And Hitachi India is assisting manufacturers in identifying, implementing, and the most cost-effective digital solutions in manufacturing operations, transforming factories past into smart factories of the future. Being an active collaborator and supporter of the Make in India initiative, we support and employ local talents and products to boost manufacturing capabilities. And Hitachi is integrating data technology governance as a force to accelerate e-government initiatives, enhance decision-making. Several projects have been launched to encourage e-governance as a whole, and enhance the delivery of public services to people. Hitachi MDRM-Net has been instrumental in facilitating the digitalization of India's education market, which is also assisting the Indian government in taking the national education program to the most remote areas of the region. So Hitachi's e-governance also addresses, say, time-consuming aspects of education, enabling school administrators and faculty to focus on what to do best is imparting education. Similarly, unlocking the agricultural potential in India is imperative for the industry to allow positive growth trajectory a year-to-year basis. And in agriculture, we have partnered with the state governments and agricultural universities to build an integrated platform that seamlessly connects with the food chain industry. So it's a grain to grain completeness, uh, from soil to crop to market. And Hitachi is widening the horizons in the automotive motorcycle industries, going beyond just providing its expertise. This year, beginning of the year, Hitachi Automotive Systems, Keihin Corporation, Showa, Nissan, uh, together with Honda, concluded a very giant entity called Hitachi Estimo, which is a leading provider of mobility solutions for this industry. To provide environmental conservation, especially in the new capacity building of electric vehicles and automated driving. So, meaning connected, autonomous, sharing, electrification, be it a chassis or a brake or an ignition system or its powertrain. It's by using the expanded scale and advanced technologies of the four integrating companies with Hitachi. The Estimo business is looking at component perspective, focusing on large share of market in the automotive and motorcycle industries. And Hitachi's advanced payment solutions are maybe contributing to the financial inclusivity of the nation. So we have entered into a joint venture with State Bank of India for establishment of state-of-the-art card acceptance and future-ready digital payment platform for India. And the JV combines the unparalleled distribution network, customer trust of SBI with cutting-edge technology and services of the Hitachi Group in areas such as digital payment technology, services coming out of big data and analytics and AI. So the JV will help in further strengthening the financial inclusivity of the nation. So Hitachi is committed to powering good by co-creating solutions that are enhancing social, environmental, economic values of the society and the customers. With our decades of legacy, we have been powering technology and contributing towards improving the quality of life of the citizens and powering them like never before.
What would be your message to youth aspiring to join Hitachi in its various sector? What are the growth opportunity in the company? What preparedness and education is required to make a start or entry in the company? And would you like to tell anything about job scenario in the country and what efforts are you taking for creating job opportunity in India?
Well, in the current dynamic work environment, we all need to be highly adaptive with a growth mindset. So the advice would be that one should be relentless, keep reinventing, be fast and agile, because these skills will support in expanding the business, which will ultimately motivate you, inspire you, and evolve you as an individual as well. I mean, I'm constantly reminded of a famous saying, choose a job you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. So, I mean, the idea is not every work can be met with unbridled enthusiasm. We all have moments when our mood lags for behind the to-do list in front of us. It really could be anything, an annoying interaction from the previous day or a stressful commute. Ultimately, the less than optimal mood spells seriously trouble for the days ahead. And I believe to get an entry into any company, one needs to possess right attitude, right skills that can help you make it easier to establish your professional presence and how you can contribute towards the growth of the company. So one should have enthusiasm, excitement, passionate about work with a particular company, and at least for the work that you do, you should have a sense of ownership.
Uh, any message to our readers and your views on Metro Rail News magazine?
Uh, well, thank you. I wanted to compliment you in any case because I'm very impressed with the reach. Firstly, I want to, of course, congratulate you for successfully running this magazine now for 7 years. I'm fascinated by the kind of content and concept of the magazine, and the magazine appropriately, captures the various developments related to urban mobility issues and also how it uh, addresses the various metropolitan and suburban city development authorities in India in terms of not just reach and content, but also in terms of the collaborative nature of bringing partners closer. And considering the content is always focused on various aspects like urban mobility, metro rail projects, mass rapid transit systems, high speed rail, it is one of the magazines one can refer to keep themselves abreast of all the latest happenings related to the railway industry in India.
Um, thank you, Mr. Kausal, for your time, and I really appreciate kind your words for Metro Rail News magazine. Thank you so much, sir.
All the best. Enjoy talking to you. Thank you very much.